Hi everyone. I have had the sweetest request from the mum of the birthday boy actually asking if I could video the process of putting his cake together. So I'm going to give it a go. I hope to get as much as I can of the process. I have two wonderful vanilla hard cakes ready to go. They've been in the fridge overnight. I like to use my cakes after they've been chilled for a little bit. It's just easier to work with, a lot less crumbs. We'll get started really soon. So here we are getting started. I have my two vanilla 8-inch heart cakes. I've just, as I said, had them in the fridge overnight, and now I'm just leveling. So I take the top off and I cut each cake in half, which will give me 4 layers approximately 1 inch tall. For most of my cakes I also trim off the sides, but I choose not to do this for the heart cakes. It gives me a much smoother side to work with. Just do a quick clean up and remove as many of those crumbs as possible. For 8-inch cakes, I like to assemble them on a 12-inch square board, starting with my base layer. This is vanilla Swiss meringue buttercream. This is my signature buttercream that I use in all my cakes. I can flavour it as well. This particular cake was just a vanilla buttercream filling. You can use a piping bag to add these into the layers. I choose just to dollop it on. I've been doing this a long time and I've got a feel for how much to add into each layer, but whatever works for you. Just smoothing out the last layer of filling. And then you'll notice that my final layer I actually invert so that the base of the cake, which was in the base of the cake tin, is actually now at the top. This gives you a really nice, smooth, flat surface for the top of your cake. I'm now making sure all of the cakes are lined up. They're as level as I can get them. And I'm going back and adding a crumb coat. This will seal in any loose crumbs, fill in any little gaps, and make the cake as perfect as I can, ready for the final layer of coloured buttercream. You'll notice I add a dollop of buttercream to the top, which I then use to spread to the sides. This is just the technique that I use, that way I'm not going back into the buttercream that's in my bowl and potentially getting crumbs in there. So I just add what I need on the top of the cake, use that and keep going until I've finished off the crumb coat. Giving the board a quick clean. That will go into the fridge now for about 10 to 15 minutes, just while I colour my final layer. This is Colour Milk Cobalt. I use Colour Milk most of the time. It works really well in Swiss meringue. And I'm just adding a little bit of over the top blue just to richen that colour a little bit and give me the deeper blue that I'm looking for today. Just making sure I have the shade that I'm going for, making sure it's nicely mixed in, there's no pockets of buttercream that don't have colour. I'm also working out any bubbles as well at the same time, so my buttercream is nice and soft, bubble free, silky smooth, ready to give me that final coat on the cake. So my crumb coat has chilled now. It's not completely hard and set, but set enough that it won't really get disturbed doing my final layer. Just going in and adding buttercream to all of the sides, trying to get an even coating, not too thick, not too thin, filling up any places where I can see the cake still peeking through. And I'll continue this process all the way around the cake before I start on the top. You'll notice I have a very small palette knife here. I actually prefer decorating my cakes with a small palette knife. A lot of decorators use a bigger one. I just find I have more control with a smaller one. Yes, you need to add more attempts to add the buttercream to the side of your cake, but I just find that gives me the best result. Easy to work with, easy to smooth, and really, really easy for me. Now I'm just smoothing out the top layer. This cake is having an edible image put on the top, so my top layer didn't need to be super smooth and perfect. Now for heart cakes, I actually find these little flexible scrapers to be the absolute easiest way. I have tried all of my scrapers. I use a clear acrylic for all of my round cakes, but for the heart cakes, I find this flexible one allows me to go around the curves and into the little crevices easily. So this is my first layer. You'll notice I've got a fair build-up of buttercream on the scraper. Won't really matter so much at this stage. You'll notice later on I will actually clean the scraper each time. So at this stage I'm just getting the excess buttercream off and then going back in and smoothing, filling in any gaps, any holes, just trying to get it as smooth as possible. I'll then go back in with some extra buttercream, filling in any gaps, any places where I can see I've scraped off too much or maybe there wasn't enough to start with. Any places where I can still see the cake through. Any little air bubbles. And then we'll go back in with the scraper and try and get that nice and smooth. Again, filling in a few spots where I can see I needed a little extra buttercream. Now you'll notice right near the end I will actually clean the buttercream with some paper towel off of my flexible scraper, just to make sure that scraper is as clean as possible so that it doesn't transfer any extra buttercream back onto the cake where I don't want it. So I'm just smoothing little sections, cleaning off the scraper, smoothing again until I'm happy. I'm a little bit pedantic with my cakes, and I do scrape probably more than most people, but I do like to get as smooth as possible. Depends on the look you're going for. Now I'm going to use a clean palette knife just to go back in. I'm actually dragging the buttercream that's built up on the edges into the middle of the cake just to smooth that out and give me a nice edge. Giving the board a little bit of a clean up, and then we'll be ready to add the image and go in with the final decorating. I've just popped the cake back into the fridge just to chill while I prepare the image and my buttercream for the piping. I've traced around my heart tin onto some baking paper. I'm lining that up with the image, and I'm just going to use clean scissors just to cut that out. I prefer to cut my images with the backing sheet still on. Just gives a little bit more structure to the image, less likely to tear. Now I'm just going to roll out a very thin layer of fondant to go between the image and my cake. This just stops any moisture from the buttercream from soaking into the image, which can affect the ink and make them run. You can use whatever colour fondant matches your cake, or even just white. I just happen to have some blue that was a similar colour to my image and to my cake, so I'm using that here today. And I'm just rolling it out nice and thin, only needs to be a very thin layer. And obviously large enough to fit my image. This is a fondant knife, it's just a plastic knife that will just go around and cut out the fondant. And now I'm going to adhere that image to my fondant with a very thin brush of water. Just being careful not to get any water on the top of the image and making it run. So I'll just brush that on with a clean paintbrush. Peel off my backing sheet and adhere that to the fondant. So here we have my purple buttercream ready for the border piping, and I have a piping bag fitted with a 6B piping tip. And then I also have some blue fitted with a small French star. It's a little bit smaller than a 4B that I'm using here today. Once everything is prepped, my cake will come back out of the fridge. And we'll put the image on, making sure it's as centered as I can get it. So we'll go in now with our shell border with a 6B piping tip. To get this effect, you just need to squeeze your piping bag. Slowly release the pressure as you pull away, just to create each shell. With heart cakes, I like to go from top to bottom and then around the other side. Just ends in a nice point at the base. Just go back in and do a second layer with my small French star. And now we'll go in with the sprinkles. Using a combination here that matched the cake, so I have some blue sprinkles, some blue confetti sprinkles, and a mixture of pink and white smaller sprinkles. Now to finish off, I'm doing a similar effect at the bottom with my 2 layers of piping. You'll notice here that I had one of the shells that didn't adhere to the previous one and left a bit of a gap, so I'm just going in and removing that one, cleaning it up a little bit, then I'll go back in and repeat. I love piping heart cakes. Vintage heart cakes are beautiful. This particular one was a really bold, bright cake. You can use different piping tips, different colours, different effects. Sometimes you can add the swags to the side. This particular one just had the top and bottom borders with some sprinkles and just looked beautiful. Now I'm just going back in and adding a second layer underneath the blue at the top. This is similar to the inspiration photo that I was sent from the customer and just really did top it off nicely. Just going in and making sure that my border is nice and clean before adding in my final sprinkles to the base. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this cake come together today, and I'd love to know in the comments if you'd like to see more of this style of content on my channel. See you soon.